does this defense play hard for?
Huh?
Who does this defense play hard for?
I think they play hard for each other.
Of course, yeah.
I think we got good leadership in there. I think we've got a good bond with these guys. I think they play hard for each other first, and it starts there.
I feel like it starts with Jerome, and I feel with time everybody's gonna just gravitate towards Christian like they did at Clemson.
Yeah.
And I think X too. X got the back end guys, and all those guys just love being friends. I
Right.
feel like once you have relationships like that, it just blends together. It's a us against the world kind of thing.
Yeah, and I think Coach Flo has done a good job of bringing the ex-players in to speak to these guys. They kind of know, hey, I'm a Miami Dolphin. And that's a standard that's set, from presence and past. That we got to keep going or get back on track.
Who were some of those guys that came up?
What's the Stevens? Dwight Stevens was probably the one that I, because I knew him, from being an Alabama grad and all that. Inside guy, played the grunt of it. What's the receiver? Played at Penn State here, played for us a long time here. McDuffie. Yeah, O.J. McDuffie.
He's throwing through it though.
Yeah, and guys is in, we just got a chance to, visit with them guys in particular, guys who,
How important is that for you guys?
And you seeing Dan Marino every day. It doesn't hurt at all either.
How important is it for you guys to kind of indoctrinate yourselves with the former Dolphins players and coaches?
Well, just playing in this division when I played, you kind of know was the spot. It's changed now a little bit because New England's kind of, been dominant in the division. But when I played,
early '70s, this was a spot.
No, I'm talking about the '90s.
'90s too.
When you had that number 13 back there. And Duper and Clayton and Jackson, and I remember them guys pretty well. The Sams up front, Richmond Webb, that list goes on. But just knowing the history of the Miami Dolphins, if you've ever been a football fan, it kind of gets you excited as a coach, it gets you excited as a player. And if it doesn't, then I think there's something that's a little wrong with you.
Thank you so much, Coach. I appreciate your time.
Okay.
Hi, Marion. Just wanted to ask you about Christian. Is he about where you would have hoped? Is he beyond where you would have hoped going into his first season?
Well, he's got a lot of reps in the games. I remember his first game. He was nervous energy, and I think that's good. I think that's good. When players stop getting that nervous energy, I think it's time for them to hang up the cleats. But I think he's on track. I think he's made a conscious effort to play with lower pads, play with hand placement. Knowing that this league here now, it's a little different than college, where you're that much better than everybody. Sometimes, that you got to strain a little bit more, got to put a little bit more into it. And I'm not saying that he didn't run into some matchups in college that he had to deal with, but on a daily basis in practice and in the games. But I've been pleased with where he's going.
Can you say that it's way too early to tell whether you think he's going to be a really good NFL player? Is it too early to tell, or do you already have a sense of that?
Well, I'll be afraid that he would see the article, so I won't say right now. I'll take the fifth on that one.
Okay, good. A couple things on your edge guys from a defensive end standpoint. Jonathan Ledbetter, what gave him the edge ultimately in making your football?
Probably a lot of his versatility, showing that he can get out there and play at the end, that he can do some things inside. His motor. He's smart. He's tough. And he's an aggressive football player. He's kind of what you're looking for. I think his coaches, Coach Rocker at Georgia, did a great job with him. Learning the fundamentals of football. He comes from a good high school background. Tucker High School, where they played pretty good football. And I think when he came here, I think he just kind of, just kind of took off, just like that little flower, the little water, But I think his versatility, being able to play the end, being able to play inside, willing to do it, his energy level, he's good for. He got a chance to be a good football player.
Right. Has Charles Harris shown you things that make you think that perhaps he's ready to break out this year?
Yeah, I kind of like Charles. Charles is a very conscientious player. He wants to know. If he ain't no problem asking. If he don't understand, and he's talking more. And that's great. And I think guys got natural respect for him because of who he is, and I think he's very consistent on who he is. And But I think I've been he's done some good stuff. I've been pleased with where he's progressing. You know.
And I had two last quick things for you. With Vincent Taylor, I know that was a surprise for some because he showed promise. Was he ultimately not a great scheme fit? Was he out of condition?
Well, I really want to focus on the guys that I have in the locker room now. The Godchilds who's been playing pretty well. Getting a chance to look at some of these other guys. I'd really want to focus on the guys that we have in the meeting room right now.
Okay. And Trent Harris, you looked at him coming out of Miami, and what do you know about his skill set? Trent Harris. Yeah.
More the outside linebacker, the pass rusher, coming from New England.
Is he working with Robbie?
He works in both. That's one thing about our versatility in this system. We both get our hands on him. And that's good. We're kind of vying for time. I'm kind of standing outside his room, saying, "Can I have him now?" He's standing outside my room. "Can I have him back?" So that's one thing about it. With versatility of a player is huge in what we do. And I think that's what the question you asked about Ledbetter, I think that was one of his biggest things, his versatility.